What is up, everybody? This is Lyle with No Hippie Barbecue. And sometimes, you know, when you're just barbecuing and doing all that stuff, you gotta come up with some hippie food. I'm gonna make some hippie approved stuff for you right here. So what we're gonna be doing today is some hummus. So anyway, I'm gonna bring this camera in so we can take a look at what my ingredients are. And again, this is one of those dishes that you can kind of modify on your own, so don't feel like you need to get stuck with my ingredients. I'm just trying to get you in the ballpark. See you back in a second. Right, everybody, what our ingredients are going to be, we have some canned chickpeas. And I have got the juice out of one of them. And it looks like they got a little kidney bean in there too. Anyway, beans out of two of them. 2 cans. Anyway, juice out of one. And I'm going to kind of heat this up a little bit just to kind of reduce it down. So I'm just going to add some water and throw that on the stove for about 10 minutes. So do that. I'm going to have some smoked paprika, some tahini, lemon juice. We're going with about 1/4 cup to start with. I'm going to adjust that as we go along. Now for all you hippies out there, take a look at this. And I'm sure Phil over at Daddy Cooks is going to like that. Boom! Truffle oil up in there. Then is a garnish, not so much in the dish. We're going to go with a little Kalamata olives. And I'm going with the sea salt, the fine ground sea salt, because you don't want too much coarseness up in here. And then I have a garlic. Now on this garlic I have some olive oil. So what I'm going to do, so I pour the olive oil on it. Now I'm going to shut this bad boy down because we're going to roast that. So I'm going to throw this in my oven. So in about 10 minutes after, I'm going to cover this with some water. After about 10 minutes, once these beans have kind of firmed up a little bit, we will be back. And you know what, I'm saying 10 minutes after it starts getting warm. So anyway, see you back then. Thanks a lot. Back. And I want to go back on something that I spoke about earlier. What we're doing with these chickpeas, we're not trying to firm them up. We're trying to, basically we're trying to cook them down a little bit just to break up the denseness, I guess, of the chickpea or garbanzo bean or whatever you want to call it. So we just want to kind of cook it down a little further. So sorry if I misspoke on that earlier. Anyway, what we have here is we have our 2 cans of chickpeas, and we're about 20 minutes from when I was earlier. I brought the chickpeas or garbanzo beans up to a boil, turned it down, and waited for my garlic, which is here, to get them being cooked down. I kind of smashed that down into a paste. So since I'm showing that to you, might as well get that ingredient in first. So I took about 4 cloves of garlic out of that, 4 cloves of garlic from that, and now I'm going to add 1/3 cup of tahini. And if you happen to care about it, tahini, sesame seed, basically peanut butter sesame seed if you want to be correct about it. You can say it as fancy as you want. So we got that in there. Salt's going to be to taste, so I'm just going to kind of eyeball that. Same thing with the paprika. I'm using a smoked paprika, but you could use whatever, not use it at all. Again, this is a recipe that you can kind of, roll with on your own. I'm going to go with about half of my lemon juice. Again, that's another ingredient. This whole thing is something that you can make your own. And it's something I would highly suggest if you're eating any kind of dips or anything. This is simple. I'm going to throw in a little of my truffle oil, just because I want to say that it's some high class stuff. Now I'm going to get this in the food processor. Alright, so that's been in the food processor, got blended down pretty nicely. Now we're just going to, this is pretty much done. You can serve this as is. So I'm going to go ahead and finish scooping this out. And we'll pick this up for the ending. We're going to get real hippie on it here in a little bit. See you then. Alright guys, so I got this stuff out of my food processor. I was thinking about garnishing it with a little bit of like parsley or something like that. Then I was like, you know what? if you aren't shopping at your Asian food store, I know everybody's up on this sayings and stuff like that. You know what? Go to your Asian market and buy the real deal. We're rolling with some real crushed peppers on this for garnish. So we're gonna just, boom, come up in here. We are gonna just sprinkle that on there just for a little garnish. I'd dump more on there if it wasn't for me videotaping. Then we're just gonna hit it. This is almost like my baba ganoush recipe. So, there you go. This needs to go in the refrigerator, chill out for like, you know, it's best the next day, but chill out for at least a couple hours. And then it's time to break out some chips. So it's that easy, guys. Thanks for stopping by No Hippie Barbecue. And since we are being hippie, I'm going to take a little bit more of my black truffle oil and kind of go back over this a little bit. Just as a little more garnish. And we are done. It's that simple. Check out my baba ganoush video for my eggplant dip. You know, sometimes you just have to get hippie-fied. So, thanks, hippies. Anyway, thanks for stopping by No Hippie Barbecue. Comment, subscribe, holler at your boy.